Welcome into SportBet Extra. I'm your host, Paul Rami, here every Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. Get you in on lunchtime for about 30 minutes. That's how long we got you. I appreciate everyone that's here today and whoever is not yet, whoever watches this back. I appreciate it if you just like, subscribe over here at the Paul Rami on YouTube. And go find me on X as well at the Paul Rami. You'll get all updates that I've got there as well. We are looking to have a great day. It is Friday, August 21st, first full week under our belt here back with the show. New up, as you can see, we had a new intro. We've got the new thumbnail. We're getting some things all figured out as we continue to get better here for this show. We've got a great show today, all MLB today. We're going to go through a lot of these games, figure out if there's any edges, anything we like on today's games. We'll recap what happened yesterday. Uh, Best bets there on the corner, as you can see. And look, yesterday was not a great day. I'm going to be transparent. Yesterday we went 0-3. Now, first day back, we went 3-0, which is great. Yesterday 0-3, things kind of even out. I think we're at about now 60% so far on the week. So we're going to look to bounce back yesterday's plays. We'll talk about those real quick. We had Brewers Mariners first five under 4.5. I mean, that went over in the first inning. Bad call on my part. I just really thought day game after those two games where the bats, obviously, I should have known were still hot. There was going to be some slowing down there with the pitcher that we had going for the Mariners, but that wasn't the case as Kirby just got knocked around. So that under was no good there. The other plays we had Astros, Angels, first five under 4.5. That one no good either. And then Orioles money line there. They could not do it and they lose 6-1 and they get swept there by the Yankees in that series. So on to today. Look, yesterday was yesterday. We're looking at games for today. We've got a big card full of MLB games today that we're going to go over. We're going to try and talk through all of the games. I don't know how many we're going to get through, again, because we only got 30 minutes, but we're going to try and get through as many as we can. NFL Week 1 odds there on the bottom as well. Man, we're excited for Week 1. Excited for the NFL to just get underway, man. It's time. College football, it's time. We just need all these football sports back. MLB's fun, but it's a lot of analytical stuff, a lot of data. It's different from football, basketball. There's things in those sports that you can add to your capping that you can't in the MLB. MLB is a lot. It's just turned very analytical now. So we're gonna look at the analytics of it. Also, just kind of look at some things. There's sometimes some spots that we see. So we're gonna get right into it. First one that we'll talk about today is the early game. Well, I say early. It's a 4:10 Eastern, 3:10 Central start here. You've got the Braves and the Brewers. Again, Brewers, those bats have been hot. One of the, best hitting teams in the league. Tied for third in runs per game. Runs allowed only 3.8. Tied for second. Hits 8.6 hits per game. That's good for second in the MLB. I'm sorry, fourth in the MLB. Hits allowed only 7.2. So they're not allowing a lot of hits either. I mean, on base percentage is insane, 337. First in the MLB there. Third in stolen bases. This Milwaukee team is just very solid all around, not just on offense, on defense, pitching wise. They've kind of got it all. So let's look at what they've got going on today. Going against Chris Sale, the lefty. We don't have confirmed lineups on any of these teams, I believe, besides the Braves. That's the only one that we have the confirmed lineups on right now. So we'll kind of look at that side. We'll pull up Mizrowski and see what he's done against this Braves lineup. I mean, Braves obviously one of the top teams as well. They're 75 and 53 records, so these two are really just kind of battling it out for one of those top spots there in the NL. So let's see here what we've got. What we've got. Pitching stats for Mizorowski. And look, there's the stats only tell a lot of the story, but they don't tell all of it. Right? So we can look back and see what these guys have done. Mizorowski, as of late, I mean, looking very nice over his last few starts. I mean, 6 Ks last game, 9 before that, 10 before that, 12 before that. I mean, he's just striking out everybody. Only one, 4 walks over the last 5 games, not walking many guys. Runs, he's keeping it down. 1 run last game, three to before that. And he's going deep, 6 innings, 7 innings if he needs to. So Mizorowski, incredible pitcher there for the Brewers. As we look at some of his splits there, I mean, lefties cannot hit Mizorowski. 113 batting average against lefties, 196 against the righties. That's just some insane stats that he's got there. I mean, even if you look at the home and away ERA, 1.75 on both. So it doesn't matter where he's at. Mizorowski is just going to be pitching insane right now. And looking at who he's faced on this Braves team that we've got confirmed, Acuna, he hasn't faced him yet. Look, Drake Baldwin, he's faced him 3 times, 2 strikeouts against him. There are 4 guys who have seen him 3 times, all of them with 1 hit. That's Ozzy Albies, Ozzy Albies. Man, I'm off this morning. Dubon obviously has seen him. Dominic Smith, Austin Riley. All these guys are batting 333 against him, but that's only 3 appearances. So there's not a lot of data to go off of on this one here. Look, I expect him to continue pitching well here. No reason that there's going to be any difference. I mean, this team is back at home. The bats should still be hot. I would lean Brewers here. I've got to see what the number is on NoVig and on ProfitX. Again, those are the 2 that I use. Mainly, sometimes Kalshi, Polymarket. Those are going to be more for our futures. They've got better odds for futures on there. So looking at the Brewers and the Braves, Brewers right now minus 133 favorite on the money line. But let's take a look on the other side. Let's see Chris Sale, what he's been doing. So far, 12-8 on the season, which is, that's respectable numbers there. Kind of see how his last few starts have gone. Almost the same as Mizorowski. 9 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts, 11 strikeouts. He's striking out guys as well in abundance. He's going the deep innings, 6 innings on all last 4 starts, getting that pitch count up to about 100. Which, man, this guy just doesn't age. It feels like Chris Sale. So look, he's still been pitching very well. And him against lefties 208, against righties 208, against lefties 163. Same thing. Home and road splits are pretty much identical. You've got a real good pitching matchup on the card today, which makes sense why the total is a 5.5. And that, when you've seen what the Brewers have been doing offensively, and then you see this total, the books are asking you, begging you to take the over 5.5. They're just baiting you by dangling that right in front. The horse with the carrot, that whole saying. Yeah, they've got this carrot. Oh, here's the 5.5. The Brewers have been going over this number by themselves. Why not take the over 5.5? Yeah, I would not take that. And again, maybe that's going against and just being naive and said, oh, the Brewers are not going to hit well. And then here they go, put up another 5 runs in the first. It's tough to say. What are you going to get on this one? Because you get an incredible pitching matchup. Looking at the projected starters, Contreras, he's hit Chris Sale 444 average. 9 at-bats there, some good data. Churio, 12 at-bats, he's hit him 417. So the first 2 out of 3 guys have been hitting Chris Sale pretty well, both righties. And then you look at the rest, there's only a couple that have, really done anything. Andrew Vaughn, 286 against Chris Sale. Gary Sanchez with the 207, but 10 strikeouts in those 29 appearances. So he strikes out a lot. Again, all these are righties. A lot of righties. There's only two lefties. Turang and Bowers are the only two lefties going for the Brewers against Chris Sale. So he's facing all righties in this pretty much in this matchup. Like I said, this may not be the smartest decision. Both guys can go deep. I'm really curious, and I know we were on it yesterday, what that first five total is under, man, on no vig, 2.5, 3.5. I would never take a 2.5. That's just an insane number there. If we look at the first five on ProfitX, under there, an under three is minus 128. At least you maybe get a push there. But again, I'm not looking to get really involved on this one. If we were to take anything, I would lean the under 5.5 for the full game there. I just don't think this is going to be one that we're going to have any sort of play on. Two incredible pitchers going head to head, and their books are asking you to take that over there. So we would be on the under 5.5. That is just a lean. That is not anything that we're going to be giving out. But the rest of the plays, you will be able to get the rest of my plays along with the best bet there over on the Tails app at the Paul Rummy, and now on Winnable again at the Paul Rummy there as well. Even on Juice Reel, get some a little bit more on Juice Reel, but you do get any live bets. You get as soon as I lock in a bet, you're gonna see it there, whether it's on ProfitX or NoVig. You're gonna see those are the main two platforms. Again, like I said, I use Kalshi, use Polymarket. Those are gonna be more for our futures, but you'll see most of the plays there. Looking at some other games. I mean, you've got Cardinals, Phillies. You got Luzardo going, the lefty, against Hunter Dobbins for the Cardinals. I don't know if I'm really excited about this matchup, so maybe we just kind of move on to the next one. Blue Jays, Yankees. Eric Getty's going to be the primary pitcher. It looks like I believe it's Flaherty. Yeah, he's going to get probably the first inning there. So maybe one, maybe two innings, just kind of see how many he gets against Cam Schlittler there for the Yankees. We know Cam Schlittler, he's a very solid pitcher. I mean, just looking at his stats again, last few games, he's almost like the other two that we just talked about, Mizrowski, Sales, 7 Ks, 11 Ks, 6, 8, 12. They're striking out guys. He's had an issue with walks recently. 3 walks last game. 2 games prior, he had 5 walks there and given up some runs, but not an insane amount. I mean, this would feel like more of a better spot for an under. With this total, it's looking at about a 7.5. Again, not I preferred 8.5 for this game, but just looking at it, I don't know if I would be anywhere on that 7.5. I would lean under. Well, I think the spot that we're just going to really start looking at is these first halves. We've had a lot more success with the first fives than we've had with full games because once you start getting to the bullpens, these games could just go anywhere. That's the thing with baseball. You never know what the bullpen's going to do. It's always best to just kind of cap the first five. We've had better luck with the first five, so we may just stick to that. But anyways, let's just move on to the next game. I don't think we're going to get involved with the Blue Jays and the Yankees here on this one. We do have a nice one, Logan Webb for the Giants going against Sonny Gray for the Red Sox there. Man, Sonny Gray, he's been around for a while. Um, I've liked Sonny Gray for a while, man. He's just a fun one to watch. Logan Webb as well too. He's he both of these guys have been around for a little while. Obviously, Sonny Gray a lot longer than Logan Webb there. So looking at these two right now, currently, what type of odds are we getting for these? Giants, Red Sox. Red Sox favored there. They're around a minus 185 number, just depending where you shop. So looking at Logan Webb, let's see what they've got. Again, these are projected starters. We don't have any confirmed lineups yet. Logan Webb, the righty. Uh, how's he been doing the last few games? Let's dive in a little bit into his last few games against the Rockies. The Rockies, thought it'd be a little Rocky. Okay, so 7 strikeouts last game, two before that, eight before that. Kind of up and down on his strikeouts, right? Four or five. Like, he hasn't gotten more than 8 strikeouts since that game, August 3rd against Texas. Before that, there hasn't been more than 8 strikeouts. He's been around 7, 6, 5, all those different numbers. So looking at this one, last game against Colorado, like we mentioned, that's the Rockies, 7 strikeouts. No wonder. Detroit only two, so wasn't great there, but only allowed 1 run. So Logan Webb, decent pitcher against lefties, 234 average against righties, 207. About the same home and away split as well. Definitely a little bit better from last year pitching wise. Lefties last year he was allowing a 286 and righties 242. So he's down on those numbers, which is great for him. So Logan Webb, just kind of looking at the guys that he's projected to go against today. Uh, let's pull up that lineup and see what we've got for the Red Sox. Not much data to go off of. Some guys, I mean, the most was what 6 at bats for Jaron Duran and Wilson Contreras. Those are the only two really, and both of them, what Contreras has not hit them yet. 2 strikeouts in those 6 at bats. Jaron Duran 667 though, so he's hit them pretty well. So that's looking at this right now, this expected lineup, the back half of that lineup has actually hit Logan Webb. You got Abreu, 2 at bats, 2 hits both times. Caleb Duran, 5 at bats, batting 400 with 2 hits there. Jaron Duran, like I said, 66, 667. Anthony Siegler, only 2 at bats, but 1 hit there, 500. So these guys, the ones in the back half, they have seen him, even though it's been a limited amount of data, they've hit him. So that's, kind of something to keep an eye on. With the way that he's been pitching, I mean, he's pitching very well. But would I say he's up there with Chris Sale, like we just talked about, Mizorowski, Schlittler? No. He's definitely susceptible to getting some hits, allowing some hits there. And then just kind of looking at the defense for the Giants, not one of the best defenses right now. I mean, looking at their defense that they've got, I mean, they're allowing what a 247 batting average, um, 7.71 strikeouts per nine, so one of the worst in the leagues. Whip 1.34, not that great either. They're allowing guys, their fielding is not great, 982, so 24th in the MLB in their fielding. I like the Red Sox here, but I don't like laying these big numbers, and you're not going to catch me laying minus 180, somewhere around that. The only thing we would be on a game like this would be minus 1.5 on the run line. Typically, I'm not saying we never do it, but majority of the time, we're not going to take a minus 1.5 at home, just because you get less of a chance there statistically, right? With the one less inning, if they are up, you don't get the bottom of the ninth, so you're only really getting 8. So it's just one of those things that we don't play unless there's something that we're just extremely confident in. They could get to Webb, but again, Webb could have just one of those gem type of performances. Really, it's going to matter. What's going to matter is how Sonny Gray pitches. That's going to be what determines what we do. I would probably look at the first 5. What Sonny Gray has done recently, it hasn't been fantastic. He's allowing a lot of hits. 7 strikeouts last game. Before the game before that, 8 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts. Recently, he's been okay, allowing some walks as well. Hits are up. That's the thing that we don't like. The hits are up for him. But we know the Red Sox, they've been hitting very well. So even if, let's say, the Giants get 1, 2 runs, we know the Red Sox are definitely capable of getting 3 or 4 in one inning, just like that. Looking at his stats, 226 against lefties, 261 against righties. A little bit better at home, 245 ERA, 2.45 for Sonny Gray at home. And then we're just taking a look at that projected lineup, see who he's going against. Let's see who we've got for the projected lineup for the Giants. And looking at them, they haven't hit him very well, right? Jung Hoo Lee, only a 200 batting average on his 5 at-bats there. Willie Adames, 316, which is decent. I mean, right? 19 at-bats, that gives us good data there. 6 hits, but 6 strikeouts to go along with it. Bryce Eldridge, only 3 at-bats. Don't worry about that too much. Devers, of course, is a good one to look at. 21 at-bats, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, 286. So the Red Sox, they're the Giants against Sonny Gray. They're okay. Not too much data. This one you're looking more at the top half of the lineup to do the damage. When we talked about the Red Sox, we're looking at the bottom half of the lineup to do the damage here. So if you're someone that likes props, maybe look at some of those props. I'd lean somewhere if you're looking at, let's say, hitting props for the Red Sox. I'd look down maybe at Duran, hitting him a 667 with those 6 at-bats, 4 hits. I would like him to get one there, maybe Abreu, somewhere in that bottom half. That's the way I would look if we're looking at hitting props. Again, I like the Red Sox here in the first 5. I'd like them to be up, kind of like how we have there. You'll see the Guardians as the best bet there. I'd like to see what the Red Sox are. I'm just kind of curious what that one is for the Red Sox first 5. Again, I'm going to check on Novig, see what odds we're getting there. First 5, minus a half, minus 113. That's not bad. I like the Red Sox there. First 5, minus 113. That might be a play. We'll make a decision here later on in the next couple hours. Maybe when the lineups are released. Like I said, if you just go, you'll get all my plays over on Tails over on Winnable. So I'm leaning that way, first 5 for the Red Sox. We've got time maybe for one more game. I wish we could have got a lot more, but with only 30 minutes and all the data that we look at, there's not a lot that we can do. So let's see if we can find one that's interesting. Rays, Orioles, right? You got Freddie Peralta, Trevor Rogers. That's always a fun matchup there. A's, Astros. I'm not going to worry about that one. We've got Angels, Rangers, Reed Detmers, Mackenzie Gore. I mean, that's a solid matchup there. Let's look at get to the later game. You got Pittsburgh Dodgers, Bubba Chandler there against Yamamoto. Let's see what we got against on this one. I mean, Bubba Chandler against Yamamoto. Let's pull both of them up. 2 righties going head to head. Who's gonna come out? We'll find out. And we'll see if we can find any edge. I mean, obviously Dodgers, huge favorite here, around the 230 mark. Looking at Bubba Chandler, the righty for the Pirates. I mean, not bad, not great. Only five strikeouts the last 3 games. Only going 5 innings, 6 innings, somewhere around there. About an 80 to 90 pitch count. That's about what he's averaging, 85, 87, 96. I mean, he got wins the last 3 games against Boston, against Mets, against the Brewers. The Dodgers, that's a whole different animal. I mean, looking how he's pitched so far against lefties, 230, against righties, 219. His ERA, his home road, not a big difference on either of those. He's pitched more on the road, 67 innings on the road, compared to 54 at home. But on the road, not as good, 2-5. So you're losing that there. Let's see who, again, in that projected lineup, who he's got. We always like to look at that just to see if we can find any edges. And there's not much. 2 at-bats is the most for all these guys. Projected about 5 lefties, probably about 5 lefties. Your switch hitter and Edman make it 6 with 3 righties. That's what we're looking at. That's the thing. Ohtani, saw him twice, hit a home run, went yard, right? So he's batting 500 against him. Freddie Freeman, only saw him twice. Uh, no batting average there, no strikeouts. So either fly out, ground out, whatever it is. Andy Pagas, 2 at-bats there, same thing, 1 hit, so he's hitting 500. Mookie Betts, 2 at-bats, 2 hits, he's hitting 1,000. I mean, Teoscar Hernandez, 2 at-bats, 1 hit, he's hitting 500. All these guys are hitting off Bubba Chandler. That's not good news if you want to be on the Pirates side. So let's look over at the Dodgers. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Um, I know he's been solid. He has been solid. Let's look and see his last few games. 9 strikeouts last game, 6 before that, only 3 before that. Walks have been kind of an issue, but other than that, I mean, he's limiting his hits. 4 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, and he's going deep enough in games. Uh, just with the Pirates hitting, I don't know if I'd be on this one. Against lefties, he's only allowing a 180 batting average, and against righties, 194. So it really doesn't matter what you throw against him. It's going to be tough. Against the lefties right now that we do see in the expected lineup. I mean, you got Brandon Lowe, 3 at-bats with 1 hit there, so 333 batting average, which is, respectable. O'Neal Cruz batting 500 against him. Jake Mangum, 500 as well. So the guys that have seen him, yeah, they're getting some hits. Besides the end of the bottom of the lineup there, your 8 and 9 spot, Jacob Gonzalez, Henry Davis, not much. But again, we don't know. This is just the expected lineup. This is not who we have for sure going. Uh, I don't think I'd be anywhere on this game. For me, I'm not going to lay your minus 200. I'm not going to lay the 1.5 on the Dodgers either. With the total of 8.5, maybe just a Dodgers team total over would be a way to go on a game like this. Let's see what their team total is. Pull it up over on Novig. Dodgers team total 4.5, over 4.5. There's juice to that over at minus 120. I don't like that, but that's definitely possible. That's something they can get pretty easily. So probably not going to be on this game. Again, we've only got time for the few games that we've talked about. We'll have to talk about more next week. We'll also start going over some of the NFL teams, kind of some moves, some things that we're going to see, maybe some futures for the NFL next week. But today's show was just MLB. Best bet there, Guardians, first 5, -0.5, minus 106. That's going to be today's best bet. So lock that in. The rest of the plays, again, you can get over on the Tails app or on Winnable at the Paul Rami there or Juice Reel as well. It's all over the place. You're going to get the rest of them. We've only talked a few games today. The rest of the plays will be on there. I will see you guys back on Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. Have a good weekend. See you then.